Everything we thought we knew about Oak Island might be about to change. New leaks from Season 13 suggest that something extraordinary has been uncovered deep beneath the garden shaft, a perfectly preserved metal chamber. According to reports, sonar scans didn't just reveal the structure itself, they showed distinct objects inside it that no one can identify. The most shocking part? The materials used to build the chamber are said to be over 2,000 years old, hinting at a possible Roman connection no one ever imagined. This isn't just another dig. It could be the discovery Rick and Marty Lagina have been chasing for years, proof that the Oak Island treasure might actually be real. Stay tuned, because what's been found could completely rewrite Oak Island's history. Let's go back to the beginning. For more than 2 centuries, Oak Island has drawn treasure hunters, dreamers, and skeptics alike. People have dug, drilled, and dedicated their lives to solving its mystery, uncovering only fragments, bits of wood soaked in seawater, strands of coconut fiber, a handful of weathered coins. Each clue whispered, maybe, but none ever shouted, yes. Then came a rumor, a leak, supposedly from someone close to the production team, claiming that what was found during the off-season could change everything. While the cameras were off and most of the crew had gone home, a small team ran some quiet sonar scans around the garden shaft, just a routine check. But what they discovered was anything but routine. The first reading stunned everyone. The image was so clear and so defined that they assumed it had to be a glitch. They ran the scans again, and again. 3 times in total, and got the same result every time. This wasn't a random shadow or trick of the light. What appeared on the screen was a perfectly rectangular, man-made chamber buried more than 140 feet below the surface. Think about that. A hidden room buried deeper than a 14-story building is tall. The amount of effort it would have taken to create something like that centuries ago, without modern tools, is almost unimaginable. Whoever built it wasn't just digging. They were engineering something incredible. The sonar data suggested the chamber measures about 10 feet wide and 15 feet long. Not enormous, but clearly intentional. And the real surprise? It wasn't empty. Inside, the scans revealed 3 large, dense, rectangular objects resting neatly on the floor. The readings indicated solid metal, each object roughly the size of an old treasure chest, about 4 feet long and 2 feet wide. Treasure stories are nothing new, but this one feels different because the chamber itself seems designed to last forever. According to the leak, the sonar also picked up evidence of something remarkable. The entire interior appeared to be lined with a thin layer of metal. This wasn't corrosion or random debris, it was deliberate. The metallic coating looked smooth, uniform, and possibly made from an alloy never before identified on Oak Island. At 140 feet underground, the pressure is immense, over 60 pounds per square inch, enough to crush wooden structures in months, not centuries. Yet this chamber remains intact, untouched, and perfectly preserved. The reason seems to be that mysterious metal lining, acting like a protective shield, a sort of Faraday cage against time itself. It has protected the chamber from water, pressure, and decay for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. Core samples from the surrounding soil even showed traces of this strange alloy, confirming its existence. If these details prove true, we may not be looking at a simple treasure vault, but at a time capsule, a perfectly sealed piece of history, built by people who knew exactly what they were doing. And that's where the story takes an even more unbelievable turn. This chamber, and the technology behind it, doesn't fit into Oak Island's known timeline at all. If it's authentic, it means that someone, long before recorded history said they could, built an advanced structure capable of surviving intact for millennia. Maybe Oak Island's greatest secret wasn't buried in the chaotic depths of the money pit after all, but just a short distance away, hidden deep below, waiting for someone to finally find it. The so-called 140-foot secret might not just change Oak Island's legend, it might change history itself, suggesting that Rome may have once reached the shores of Canada. And here's where it gets truly mind-blowing. When the analysis of the metal traces came back, the results stunned the team. The lining of the hidden underground chamber wasn't bronze or iron. It was something much stranger, a lead-silver alloy. To most people, that might sound like a small detail, but to archaeologists and historians, it's a massive discovery. This exact alloy, with its unique isotopic fingerprint, is well documented in ancient Roman engineering. The Romans used it to line aqueducts, seal scrolls, and even coat the inner walls of royal tombs, structures meant to last for eternity. Producing it required high-temperature smelting and metallurgical skill that wouldn't reappear in Europe for nearly 1,000 years. So how could something like that end up buried 140 feet beneath a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia? That's the question that has shaken the entire Oak Island community. Because suddenly, a series of earlier discoveries, once dismissed as coincidences, begin to look like pieces of a larger puzzle. The Roman pilum head found a few seasons ago, the mysterious ancient coin. Maybe those weren't random finds after all. If the chamber truly contains Roman alloy, it means someone with direct access to Roman knowledge and resources was here, on Oak Island, long before Columbus ever dreamed of crossing the Atlantic. Maybe the legend isn't just a legend anymore. Maybe Oak Island has been guarding a truth far older and far more extraordinary than anyone ever imagined. And that changes everything. For centuries, historians have insisted there's no credible evidence that the Romans, or anyone connected to them, ever reached North America. But now, the puzzle pieces are starting to fit together in ways that can't be ignored. This wasn't a random accident or a single shipwreck. It wasn't a few lost explorers who drifted off course. What's emerging looks planned, deliberate, organized, and complex. This kind of construction would have required long-term settlement, advanced logistics, and a deep understanding of engineering. And just when it seems the mystery couldn't get any stranger, rumors from the production team suggest a new theory taking shape. What if this wasn't the direct work of the Romans at all, but of their spiritual and technological successors, the Knights Templar? At first, that might sound far-fetched, but think about it. The Templars were the guardians of ancient secrets, protectors of sacred relics, and masters of knowledge lost after the fall of Rome. Some historians believe they preserved fragments of Rome's forgotten technology and engineering. If that's true, it's possible that centuries later, the Templars used that ancient wisdom to build something extraordinary. A hidden vault, a sanctuary, or even a reliquary, far from the chaos of medieval Europe. And where better to conceal it than on a remote island across the sea? The more you look, the more the pieces seem to fit. The precision of the structure, the durability of the metal alloy, the mysterious chests, all of it points toward a fusion of Roman science and Templar secrecy. So maybe, just maybe, Rick and Marty Lagina didn't stumble upon pirate gold at all. Maybe they've uncovered the remnants of a forgotten world, one that bridges the fall of Rome, the rise of the Templars, and the hidden history of North America itself. If these leaks are true, Oak Island isn't just a mystery anymore. It's a rewrite of history. Now here's where it gets even more fascinating. The Knights Templar were masters of deception, strategy, and code. Their secrets were hidden behind layers of symbols, mathematics, and misleading designs. What if the legendary money pit, the obsession of treasure hunters for over 2 centuries, was never meant to hold treasure at all, but to misdirect those searching for it? According to the latest leaks, this newly discovered Roman-style chamber isn't located at the original money pit site. Instead, it sits some distance away, at a point that aligns perfectly with a previously unnoticed geometric marker within Nolan's cross. It's not at the center, but along the outer edge, a position that only makes sense if you understand the deeper pattern behind the cross's design. This revelation has sparked a bold new theory among those close to the project. The metal chamber might not be the ultimate treasure vault. It could be a decoy, a ceremonial antechamber, or even a tomb. And when you think about it, the island's intricate flood tunnels and elaborate booby traps make far more sense if they were built to protect not gold, which can be replaced, but something sacred, something irreplaceable. Consider this. The Knights Templar were rumored to possess legendary Christian relics. The Holy Grail, the Ark of the Covenant, or ancient documents revealing secrets of early Christianity. you wouldn't just bury such objects in a simple hole. They would have been entombed with reverence, sealed within a chamber built using the finest engineering knowledge of the time. And this Roman-style vault fits that description perfectly. The items inside might not be gold or jewels, but reliquaries, sacred containers preserving holy or historical artifacts. If true, the treasure of Oak Island might not be financial at all. It could be spiritual, historical, and of immeasurable importance. This theory also ties directly to the clues unearthed back in Season 12, when the team explored possible links to the Knights of Malta, widely regarded as the successors to the Templars. Suddenly, everything begins to connect. This new chamber could be the missing cornerstone of the entire mystery. The island itself may be the lock, Nolan's cross, the key. And this chamber, the first tumbler in an ancient mechanism designed to protect the real vault hidden somewhere nearby. If that's true, the money pit was never meant to be found. It may have been a sacrificial trap, constructed to collapse, to confuse, and to mislead treasure hunters for centuries, while the real prize remained untouched, perfectly preserved just a short distance away. It's an almost unbelievable level of planning and foresight, a centuries-old strategy that's only now being uncovered. And the most shocking part? It worked. For over 200 years, generations of explorers have been digging in the wrong place. If this entire operation was an elaborate decoy, it raises even bigger questions. What happens next? What are the Laginas really searching for? And who exactly is guiding them behind the scenes? Because here's something the show doesn't say outright. The Fellowship of the Dig is much bigger than what we see on television. For more than a decade, an unseen network has been working quietly in the background. The fans. Their theories, once dismissed as wild speculation, are now starting to look uncannily accurate. For every shovel of dirt turned on Oak Island, there are thousands of digital investigators at work online. Forums, Reddit threads, and dedicated message boards are dissecting every frame of the show, analyzing maps, symbols, and structures. These aren't casual viewers. They're researchers armed with modern tools, satellite imagery, LiDAR scans, and data overlays that reveal geometric patterns invisible from the ground. They're aligning Xena Halpern's ancient maps with modern topography, comparing ship logs, and examining Templar financial ledgers that rival the work of professional historians. Remember the French line theory, which connected Nolan's cross to European landmarks? That didn't originate from the Laginas. It came from passionate fans debating late into the night. Even the idea that the true treasure might be hidden in the swamp began as a fan theory, long before the team ever started digging there. These digital detectives form a global network of thinkers, crowdsourcing the answers to one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. Maybe, in the end, that's what Oak Island really represents. Not just a hidden vault or ancient relics, but the collective quest for truth. A mystery that continues to unite explorers, dreamers, and believers across generations, still searching, still digging, and still hoping that someday the island will finally reveal its ultimate secret. But here's where things get truly fascinating. The biggest secret isn't what the fans are discovering, it's who's watching them. According to a source close to the production, the show's own research team actively monitors fan discussions across online communities. Think about that for a moment. The next major aha moment you see in the war room might not start with a shovel. It might start with a Reddit post from a history enthusiast in Ohio or a geometry expert in Australia. That recent leak about the Roman-style chamber? The one supposedly linked to obscure Templar manuscripts? Versions of that theory have been circulating in the deepest corners of fan forums for years. The show presents these discoveries as a straightforward path of investigation. But the truth is far more complex. It's not a straight line. It's a feedback loop. The team uncovers a clue. Fans across the world analyze it, debate it, and spin out dozens of theories. Then, the most convincing ones quietly find their way back to the research team, shaping where the next dig happens or what gets tested next. The Fellowship we see on screen might be doing the physical digging, but behind the scenes, there's an unseen force guiding them. Millions of passionate viewers collaborating in real time. This hidden partnership changes everything about how we understand Oak Island's discoveries, past, present, and future. So what does this mean for Season 13? In short, everything. The focus is shifting entirely toward reaching and excavating this mysterious chamber. The honeycomb drilling, the dye tests, the sonar scans, all of it has been leading to this moment. What comes next will be the most ambitious, expensive, and dangerous operation the team has ever attempted. They know the location, they know the depth, and they have a good idea of what might be waiting down there. The real drama now isn't in the hunt, it's in the recovery. Of course, it's easy to be skeptical. After 12 seasons and countless setbacks, many people have grown doubtful. You see it in the comments every week. Claims that they'll never find anything, or that it's all just for television. That frustration is understandable. But step back for a moment. For years, viewers have been asking for proof. Something undeniable. Something real. Not another piece of wood or a rusty nail, but concrete evidence. And if these leaks are genuine, this could finally be it. A man-made, metal-lined chamber dating from a time period that shouldn't even exist in North America. This is a game changer. For generations, people have wondered if there was anything buried on Oak Island. Now the question has shifted. What is there, and who put it there? Discoveries of this scale don't just happen overnight. Which leads to another question. Have Rick and Marty Lagina known more than they've been letting on? Could this breakthrough have been quietly building for years? If what's been uncovered is authentic, it doesn't just rewrite the story of Oak Island, it rewrites history itself. Because at that point, it's no longer about treasure. It's about who truly reached the Americas first, and when. The implications are staggering. That's why every move the team makes now is measured and cautious. For us as viewers, it's another season of television. But for them, this is a legacy, the culmination of a 230-year-old mystery. And that mysterious chamber beneath the garden shaft could finally hold the answer everyone's been chasing. Are we, as the audience, missing something crucial? Could there be an even deeper secret waiting beyond this discovery? After all these years, the end might finally be within reach. Or perhaps, it's just the beginning of an even bigger conspiracy. What do you think? Could this be the final chapter in the Oak Island mystery, or the start of a new one? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Timefold channel for more deep dives into the mysteries that shape our history.